Good morning. Welcome to the 9th year of Scaleback, Alabama, and the kickoff for 2015. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 10 years and that we've lost over 1 million pounds as a state. We've moved from being the second most obese state in the nation to the 8th most obese, which is not great, but we're getting there, and we've got a lot of work to do. I want to start the program by thanking our partners that have worked with us. We've got the Alabama Hospital Association, we've got the Alabama Department of Public Health, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We appreciate all of them participating with us each year. By the way, I'm Rosemary Blackman. I'm with the Alabama Hospital Association. We also want to thank Fresh Air Family. They've been a great partner to highlight those outdoor activities so you can get outside and go on a hike, do whatever. And then we want to thank all of you that participate with us, the local coordinators, the churches, the businesses, the gyms, the schools. We really appreciate your making it possible for folks in your area. So before we get started, we have a quick public service announcement to show you to get you excited for this year.
Research shows almost 1/3 of Alabamians are obese and have an increased risk of many health problems. So join Scaleback Alabama, a free statewide weight loss program designed to encourage Alabamians to get healthy and have fun while doing it. Participate in a 2-member team, and if you each lose 10 pounds, your team will be in a drawing for up to $1,000 per person. Go to scalebackalabama.com for more information.
Okay, let's get started. We'll do a little bit more of an overview of the program and then talk about some of the things that we've done this year to improve the program. Based on your feedback, we've made some changes and we think you're really going to like them. So first, let's look at the website. This is where you'll go for the majority of your information. It's all posted there. Frequently asked questions, a number of different resources that you can pull from. This year, the things that are different, instead of participating in teams of 4 people, you can participate in it as a team of 2. You have to have 2 people to participate. And, you know, we can't make any exceptions, but it gives you that accountability, and we think you'll enjoy it. We are allowing self-registration. In fact, we've already had 100 people register as of this morning. The link went live. So if you have not registered, feel free to go online after this and register. Then when you go to the weigh-in site, they'll record your weights for you. We've got an activity tracker this year. We are looking at a family focus. We're hopeful that you'll involve your families. This is a program for adults ages 18 and over, but we want you to get your kids involved, your spouse, whoever, just to make it a family event. And then we've got some experts this year that you'll hear from in just a little bit to give us additional advice about health and nutrition. And then we've got more cash prizes. So we're excited about all the changes. Let's look at the list of prizes real quick. We have, for everybody that loses at least 10 pounds, they're putting an individual drawing for $100 each. But for the teams on which both people lose 10 pounds apiece, then they're putting a drawing for our grand prizes, and we're having 3 teams, first place prizes of $1,000 per team member. 3 teams will win the second place prize of $500 per team member, and then 3 teams for the third place prize of $250 per member. So lots of prizes. We're also going to give away, have a prize drawing for people that participate with the activity tracker. So let's look at the activity tracker, and we'll show you where it is. When you click on the link to get to the tracker, the American Heart Association is allowing us to use this free of charge. You click on that orange button on the right that says register. Fill out the information, list Scaleback Alabama as your company, and then click to allow, where it says allow your employer to see what you're doing. That way we can make sure that you're affiliated with us and that you've actually gone online and entered information. And then you can log back in, and you want to, let's show them the screen that shows the registration. That's what it looks like when you register, and you'll see the little search box for Scaleback Alabama. And then the next slide shows you where you would go to do the daily activity tracker. There's also a nutrition tracker. You'll see the tab at the top, so you can log your diet, but this is where you log your activities on a daily basis. And we think it's just going to help all of us to be more accountable. Now I want to show you how you register for Scaleback Alabama this year. It's a little bit different, and we're excited about it. Click on the tab that says Join, and then from there you'll get to this screen. You'll click on Register Yourself under How to Sign Up, and then you'll get to this page. If you'll show that page, this is where you register as a team. You will need to register both team members at the same time to submit your complete your registration. It won't accept it if you just put one team member in, so you'll need to fill out the information for both. And then after that, you'll get to this screen that allows you to preview your information. Once you've previewed it, if you're missing anything, it'll prompt you to go back, fill it in. You click Submit at the bottom, and you're directed to this screen, which is your confirmation. It's very important that you remember to print this screen and take it with you to the weigh-in site. This has a number at the top, and that's what they'll use to look you up and to fill in your weights when you do your initial weigh-in. And again, the weigh-ins are not until the 19th through the 25th of January. So just because you register today, there's really nothing else to do at this point other than print that registration form and have it ready and go ahead. The end of this week, we'll put up the weigh-in sites, the public sites. If you're participating in your company's site, you'll check to see when they're going to have their weigh-ins, but they have to be done during that week to make it official. And then talked about our experts, and we can go to the next slide. I want to call on Molly Kilman. Molly is here with the Alabama Department of Public Health and has been working with our health experts. I'm going to let her introduce them to you.
Thanks, Rosemary. Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to talk about a new component of Scale Back Alabama this year, and that is our panel of experts. We have a panel of experts with a variety of areas of expertise in nutrition, physical activity, weight management, changing health behaviors, and we just feel like they're going to be a real asset to our program this year. They're going to be able to provide our participants with solid information and health tips each week to help our program and our program's participants reach the goal of being healthier and maybe losing a little bit of weight along the way. I am very excited that today we have two of our experts with us. I'm going to introduce them right now so they can come and say a few words of encouragement to us. First, we have Sheena Gregg. Sheena is a registered dietitian, and she works at the University of Alabama. She is the Assistant Director of Nutrition, Education, and Health Services within the Department of Health Promotion and Wellness. She comes to us with a great deal of expertise and experience. She is the past chair of the State Obesity Task Force. She is the past president of the Tuscaloosa Dietetic Association, and we're just excited to bring her today to talk to us about some nutrition advice and tips to get us started. Also, after Sheena, we're going to hear a few words from Dr. Hank Williford. Dr. Hank Williford is a physical activity and fitness expert who works at the Auburn University Montgomery campus as a professor in the Department of Kinesiology. He's also the director of the Human Performance Laboratory there, and again just brings a great deal of experience and a wealth of knowledge for us. He has been published multiple times in professional journals. He has spoke about his research around the world. So again, we're just very lucky to have both of them with us today. And so I'm going to turn it over at this point to Sheena to let her share her words of wisdom with us.
Thank you, Molly. I just want to again just say thank you to the Alabama Department of Public Health and the Alabama Hospital Association, and of course the generosity of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. I can't believe that that this is the 9th year of the program. I know we've all shared that. It's funny because I remember when the program first started, I think it was it 2007, I believe. I remember sitting in my dorm room, still in college, and I had a friend that was a pre-med major at the time because we had gained the freshmen 15 or 20 together, and she said, I think we should do Scale Back Alabama. So if you would have told me several years later I would have the opportunity to serve as an expert spokesperson, I don't know if I would have believed you. And when I think about this program, it's very near and dear to my heart. When I think about my family, there's definitely a prevalence of type 2 diabetes, a prevalence of high blood pressure, and I wish I could say that I'd always been at a healthy weight, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. When I think about my time in college with all-you-can-eat dining halls and staying up really late to study, it was very natural for me to gain weight. And when you're 5'1", it's pretty easy to see weight gain. And I remember having very serious conversations with my family about my health when I was in college. My mom was on to me, especially as a nutrition major, and just really being worried about my health and knowing that my family had such a prevalence for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And in my opportunity now to work as a dietitian at the University of Alabama, I really have a lot of fun because I get to see from diaper to diaper in terms of the age spectrum. My boss likes to say that I see from the womb to the tomb. That sounds a little morbid, but it's very accurate in terms of letting folks know that I see a little bit of everybody. And I have so much fun with that because no matter if somebody is coming to see me for heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, gestational diabetes, or even an eating disorder, I always get this question that comes across as, what is the best diet? What is the best fad diet that's out there? And to me, it's not about a fad diet, because when you think about the word diet, it's associated with something temporary. It's associated with a temporary mindset, and it's associated with a temporary way of eating. And it's our hope as a team of experts this year that we can really equip you with the information that you can utilize this as long-term lifestyle change. I think that in my work as a dietitian, when I'm working with patients, I feel like my work is really about getting people to have a healthy relationship with food, and I think that leads to a healthy weight. I strive to believe that if we eat smarter and not harder, we can achieve getting more nutrition in our meals, being able to have satisfying meals while also cutting back on calories to achieve weight loss. And what better way to springboard into some long-term lifestyle changes than a little friendly competition and contest? I think our country has definitely thrived on having competition to get the best out of both of us. So I think that Scale Back Alabama is a really great program to be able to do that. When I work with my patients, there's several key things that I always mention to my patients no matter what age they are when we talk about weight loss and weight management and weight maintenance. A lot of these key topics will be featured over the next several weeks with our team of experts as that information is emailed to you and available on the website. One of the biggest things that I like to push in the beginning and really emphasize is not skipping meals. I really challenge you over the course of the next several weeks, and really as you're preparing yourselves for the first weigh-in next week, to evaluate your style of eating right now. Are you a person that skips meals? If you are, I really want you to consider eating more frequently throughout the day. I like to get my patients to think about their metabolism kind of like a fire or a fireplace. Our metabolism is much like that in the sense that it really needs new wood or kindle every few hours to continue to burn. Of course, as a college dietitian, when I talk to individuals who have gained weight, they've often been in a lifestyle of not really eating breakfast, not really having time for lunch, and then kind of acting like it's the Last Supper once they get to the dining hall. And what our body thinks at that point is, this person didn't feed me breakfast, they didn't feed me lunch, so once they feed me this big, huge supper, I'm going to hold on to all these calories for survival because I don't know the next time he or she is going to feed me. And it essentially trains our body to be very good at gaining weight. But I think if we can reverse that process by eating every 3 to 4 hours, getting more nutritious foods into our diet, it keeps us satisfied throughout the day, it gives us more energy, and it gives us the right amount of calories that we need to actually have the energy to lose weight. My colleague Hank is going to be talking to you guys about physical activity, and it's so important to have both of those key components together. Another big thing that I emphasize with my patients that I know will be one of our big tips this year is really addressing emotional eating. This is a big thing for, especially for the females that I work with in my office, and I really like to play up on distinguishing between emotional and physical hunger. You know, when we think about emotional hunger, it's usually pretty sudden. You know, we can go from 0 to 60 in terms of our hunger. You know, 1 minute we're not thinking about food, and then 15 seconds later we can't wait to eat that Krispy Kreme donut that our coworker just brought. And so that's one side of emotional eating. And when we think about physical hunger is is a little bit more manageable. We can feel it in our stomach. Our body gives us sensations to let us know that we probably need to eat within the next 30 to 40 minutes versus the next 30 to 40 seconds with emotional hunger. And I'm really excited about our lesson plan associated with emotional eating, because I think for a lot of folks that can be a pitfall, especially whenever we combine that with dining out. And I could go on for days talking about food, especially because I am a dietitian, but I just want to end things by saying that I'm so proud of each and every one of you for taking this step to have better health. We have really, just strived to make so many great changes for the program based on your feedback from past years, and we hope that you utilize the resources that we have for you. All of the experts want to be available to you with any kind of information, and we can't wait to see what develops over the next 10 weeks when we see you guys at our final event. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Molly and Sheena. That was really some great advice. And so I'm a physical activity person. I know nothing about nutrition, and so you really don't want any nutrition advice from me. Microwave is my number one asset in my house. But, it's a new year, new opportunities. We've got a great program, and so we've got some really good ways that we can improve our health. And so this is a really good opportunity for us to get started out this year. And so research in the area of weight loss tells us that good nutrition and physical activity are the best ways to lose weight. And there's all kind of gimmicks and all kind of fads out there, but just good, solid nutrition and physical activity are the best ways to lose weight. And so we know that there's a fine balance between what we take in terms of number of calories and how many calories we burn in terms of exercise. And so, if we don't exercise, we eat too much, well, we're going to gain weight. That's obvious. And so even if you do exercise and you eat too much and eat those extra candy bars and so forth, you're going to gain weight. And so exercise alone is not the key to weight loss, so you have to combine it with good nutrition. But, what works? And so there's a program called the National Weight Loss Registry Program, where they've tested thousands and thousands of people over time. And what they found with this program is, well, to be in the program, first of all, you have to have lost at least 30 pounds, and you have to have kept your weight off at least a year. And so they've got thousands of people in that particular category. One person has kept their weight off over 66 years, which is tremendous. And another person has lost over 300 pounds. And so that's a pretty good programs where you can do that. But what did they find out about those people when they studied the group there? Well, they found that 98% of them went on low-calorie, low-fat diets. And so their diets were low-calorie, low-fat. 94% increased their physical activity levels. And the major way they increased their physical activity was by walking. And so increased there. 78% ate breakfast, and 75% weighed themselves at least once per week. And so I think weighing ourselves sort of gets us back in tune exactly what's going on with our bodies, and we get to see what's going on. I weighed myself. I hadn't weighed in a while, and I weighed myself about a week ago, and, well, I didn't like it that much. And then I looked in the mirror. Yeah, it's probably right. So I probably need to work on my weight a little bit and try to get a little bit fitter. But how can you increase your physical activity level? Well, first of all, you've got to be committed. And so I've been on the scale back every time they've had it. And so over the last 9 years, I've lost 0 weight to 10 pounds. And so as I look back on it, when I lost the weight, I was committed. And so I was like into it. And so I kept track and so forth. When I did lose the weight, I was more like the team cheerleader. And so I was pulling for everybody else. But I think weight loss is not easy. So if we're going to lose weight, we've got to be committed, and we've got to work at it. It's just not going to happen without a little bit of work there. So we need a game plan. And 1 pound to 2 a week is a realistic weight loss. And so we shouldn't expect tremendous weight loss by changing our physical activity levels or monitoring our diet a little bit. So 1 to 2 pounds a week is good. And don't get discouraged. And some people lose weight fast. Some people lose weight slow. And a lot of us take care of everybody but ourselves. And so I think we need to look and say, okay, communicate with ourselves and say, okay, I need to do something for myself. And this is a good way to help yourself, to help you become healthy and do some things that'll help you to lose the weight. And so reward yourself by exercising. And so, you know, sometimes people are punished with exercise. Exercise shouldn't be punishment. It should be a reward. So go for a walk, go to the gym, get out of your chair, move, stretch, dance, play, exercise, go on trips with family and friends, listen to music while you exercise. Short bouts of exercise add up over the day. In exercise science, we call it volume of exercise. So you do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunch, then 10 minutes in the evening. Well, you've done 30 minutes of exercise. And so it all tends to add up in terms of the number of calories that you expend. And every time we move, we burn calories. And every muscle that we bend or move has to have energy, and it takes calories to do that. So the key is to get moving and keep moving to lose weight. You know, sometimes we have setbacks. And there's a product called WD-40. Well, WD stands for water displacement. They started out with WD-1, WD-2, WD-3, and finally they got it right, WD-40. And so, you know, we got to work at it, and over time, sometimes it takes a little work for us to get to that point where we're starting to see good changes in our weight or health. Avoid exercises that are too difficult. And there's lots of programs out there now where the exercise programs are dangerous, they're difficult, they're hard to do, they're not fun, and so forth. There have been people killed with exercise because of doing dangerous types of exercise. There have been people injured with all kinds of crazy exercise programs that people have done. So some examples of good exercise are walking, jogging, swimming, dancing, cycling, group exercise classes, strength training, and resistance training. And I think the strength training and resistance training is really important because that maintains your muscle mass. As we get older, we lose about 1% of our muscle mass per year. And when we do that, we don't burn as many calories at rest. So we need to keep up our muscle mass as we get older. And the resistance training will help do that. And so, you know, we need to be committed. Expect a little muscle soreness when we start an exercise program, but it should go away in a few days. And so when I was at the Olympic Training Center, they had a sign on the wall that said, "Pain, no brain." And so if you're injured or hurt, you're not going to win the Olympics. And so you need to take care of yourself, and when you exercise, and make sure that you do it appropriately and correctly and don't get injured there. There's all kinds of apps out there now that help to motivate people, and most of them are pretty good in terms of keeping records in terms of how many calories you burn. You can wear them on your wrist, or you can use your cell phone, or they have even dietary nutrition there. And so some people need those to help monitor, and most of those things are pretty good there. We all need support, and so it's good to have a support system, people that will help you. I know my wife passed away a few years ago, and I needed support. My exercise changed then. And so everybody needs support when they start an exercise program. And another thing is try something new. And people that continue with exercise or maintain their exercise programs do cross-training kinds of things. They vary their exercise programs. They do different kinds of things there. About a year and a half ago, we moved into a new facility, and they had a yoga class right down from my office. And I walked by that class every single day. I looked in there and I said, I need to do that. I need to do that. Well, I'd been in the Army. I'd been in the infantry. I'd played college sports. I've done 45 triathlons. I swam with sharks. I swam with alligators. I was scared to death to go into that yoga class. It was out of my comfort zone. I just didn't feel good about it. Then one day, and this was last July, I said, I'm going to do it. And so I went to yoga, and guess what? I did yoga this morning, and so it's really helped me. And it helps some old injuries I've had. I can look behind me when I'm in the car to see cars coming behind me. It's helped my golf game and so forth. And on break, my daughter and I, we did yoga together. We may be the first father-daughter yoga team around. I don't know how many father-daughter teams there are there. But try some things that you may not feel comfortable with them, but after you try them, you may like them, and you may really get into them, and they may really help you to accomplish some of your goals with physical activity there. So, lastly, the resources that you have available are tremendous that Scaleback is put together. And so take advantage of that. Stay away from programs that aren't developed by people that have education or training in this particular area, because there's all kinds of scams, there's all kinds of fads. Every time I look at commercials, late night TV, I see some things that doesn't work. And so just be careful with some of the advice that you get. Make sure you get advice from good people like Sheena and the experts that Scaleback has put together. And so that's really, really important there. And so if I can answer any questions on physical activity as this program goes on, you can email me or contact me, or if there's a group that would like somebody to come talk to, we can arrange something like that. So I really appreciate this opportunity. This is a great program, and I'm looking forward to all of us working together to have a successful campaign. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sheena and Hank, for your words of encouragement and your science-based advice that's realistic. And hopefully everybody out there heard you loud and clear and are ready to get this program started. I want to remind everyone that we do have a panel of experts. We have 5 total. So if you go to the website, scalebackalabama.com, and click on our experts tab, you can see all of our experts and learn a little bit about each of them. Again, we're just very fortunate to have them this year. Thank you for coming. This concludes our kickoff event today. We're just very excited to get the program up and running. We want to remind everyone to check out the website for all your information on how to sign up as a coordinator and get registered. So remember, scalebackalabama.com. Also, we want to remind you all that today is our kickoff, but we don't actually start the weigh-in week until January the 19th through the 25th. So you have a few weeks to get geared up and ready to start the program. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you have a great Scaleback Alabama year. Thanks.